Hello YouTube, it's Birdo Prey 5, Qapla. I woke up to some very sad news this morning, as you probably have heard already, or at least know by clicking on this video. Aron Eisenberg, the actor who played Nog on Star Trek Deep Space Nine, passed away yesterday. Now, yesterday when I was live streaming, Thomas Potts did let us know the breaking news that Aron had been taken to the hospital in critical condition, but we didn't know any more details. Sometime after I went to sleep last night, Melissa Longo, his wife, posted on her Facebook that it is with extreme regret and sadness to announce that my love and best friend, Aron Eisenberg, passed away earlier today, and I'll put up the screenshot. She's got pictures with him, and they'd been married only a year, but they'd been dating for several years prior, and Aron was only 50. He had a history of medical issues. He was born with only one kidney, and it was a defective kidney. So he went on dialysis at 14, got his first transplant at 17, and then he needed a second transplant back in 2015 after that first transplanted kidney started failing. Now, dialysis is hell on the body. My dad was on dialysis when he passed. I was on dialysis while I was in the hospital, but how do I say this? Luckily, I was in a coma, so I don't remember it, but my family and friends do. It's not good. Nog on Deep Space Nine, more than any other character, spoke to me. I didn't like him at first. I mean, he was the Ferengi kid. He was a bad apple. Why would anybody waste their time with him? But Jake stuck through it, stuck with him. Now, Jake and Nog were the characters that were about my age. I don't know if they were a couple of years younger or a couple of years older, but they were the closest. And we saw Nog grow more than any other character on that show, including Captain Sisko, who grew into a wormhole alien, but still. Nog grew from a no-good Ferengi kid to a model Starfleet officer. And as much as I like Jake grew into a writer, and writers are great, but I knew at that time I'd rather be in Starfleet. If you saw the Deep Space Nine documentary, What We Left Behind, and I strongly recommend that you do, you'll know that Aron Eisenberg has a very big part to play in that documentary. And I saw that documentary at least 5 times now since it's come out, and I will watch it again soon. I consider it probably the last major thing Aron Eisenberg was in. I don't know when he recorded his parts. The documentary was made over many years, so he probably did have a part after that, chronologically, but it would be the last thing I saw him in. He seemed in good spirits. You could tell Deep Space Nine was certainly the biggest project he'd ever worked on, and I would say, fair to say, the most emotional ties to any show or movie he'd ever been in was from his time on Star Trek Deep Space Nine. The Star Trek family on Earth gets a little smaller today. But he joins, in no particular order, Leonard Nimoy, Michelle Barrett, a.k.a. Michelle Barrett Roddenberry, DeForest Kelley, James Doohan, Grace Lee Whitney, Mark Leonard, I'm sorry, Sarek. Jeffrey Hunter, Roger C. Carmel, Anton Yelkin, and many, many others who guest starred or appeared in various Star Trek over the years. Nog certainly will be on the bridge of the great starship in the sky that awaits us all.